Hello?
Hey Didi, how's
Hey,
it
how
going,
you
man?
doing?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Bit ill, but not too bad.
Ah, well. So this
So,
is gonna be a parody of Blood Bowl. I'll just play the saving, nothing else.
this is basically a dead rubber. I have nothing to play for. You have nothing to play for. We both want our teams to get through alive.
Indeed.
Well, good luck. Have fun
Uh,
anyway, mate. Let's hope
yeah,
that
you
both of
too.
us get through unscathed.
Alright. See you
I'm
later.
gonna go on mute, mate. Okay, speak to you later. Bye. You're in, Fnords.
Thank you very much.
Right, mate, I'll let you get over from here.
No problem. So, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. One of these games that come late in the seasons usually. This game, there's nothing really hanging in the balance, but there's still the pride to win a game. And let's see what happens. I am just going to bring this game up. And then we're going to get ready. So the Blitzkriegers here have taken quite a beating in their last game. And are not really in top shape, to say the least. And at the moment, London's team here, the Green Tide Titans, they are in quite a good position in their play pool. And I believe they're already ready and done for the playoffs. Cabal Vision is starting up here. Let's see. Just catching up. It looks to be quite an interesting game here. There's so many loners on the field at the moment. I guess what we're seeing right here now is an attempt to protect the star players. Basically, the team is playing quite bare bones. And that is a completely valid strategy, of course. I mean, the MML is about building that dynasty, creating that franchise. And if you lose all your star players here now in this game, the last game of the season for the Blitzkriegers, they're going to have a hard time to come back in the next season. And I do believe that Stuntman Didi is looking to bring this team back. As far as I know, they haven't really suffered any horrific injuries to the team. So they could be in quite a good shape for next season. And of course, Coach Thunden here is going to use this opportunity with all these unskilled players against these highly skilled orcs to try to get some extra SPPs here. He's going to try to injure as many as possible, and he's going to try to score as many goals as possible. With no skilled up players, it's quite hard for the Blitzkriegers here to even do anything to stop them. But of course, they're elves, and you never know with elves. Seeing some unlucky rolls there. He gets all the way up to Ripper, and then just gets knocked down. I guess the Blitzkriegers are not really feeling this game. Didn't really have the energy to even make a half-decent attempt there. He just fell down on the ground. Can't blame him. He's one of the few players that actually belong to the team on the pitch here. And the rest are just guys they picked up from the street or something. We do have a Witch Elf here too. And another Blitzer. The Frozen Heart and Witches better have my cash on the field. Quite a brave Witch Elf there with a niggling injury. Let's see how long time she stays on the pitch. And of course, Coach Thunder knows that. I mean, that's an AV7 with a niggling injury. That's going to be a huge target the rest of the game. It doesn't have blitz or anything, it's only dodge. So, quite a good target. I do believe that Stuntman Didi is going to try his best here to try to defend, but it is an uphill battle, and he's losing players here. Doesn't seem to be... That's the first one knocked off the pitch here, I think. In a normal game when you have the full team on the pitch, you might see stalling here. I don't think we're going to see much stalling here. I could be wrong though. But I do believe that Coach Thunder is going to take this opportunity to score as many goals as possible. And these elves are just taking a beating here. There's not many left standing or able to move. And of course we have the player that should not be mentioned here, Gorbag, Marlar. He's coming up behind Ripper here. And Gorbag is at the moment the leading rusher in the MML, in the pros. Is he going to try to improve on that record? And these are some desperate elves here, trying to do the best they can. That result isn't that bad though. It is very, very hard to play with so many loners because, of course, using rerolls on them is not really something you can do. I mean, you can, but it's a 50-50% chance of it working, so it, yeah, might just burn through those rerolls with no actions. London here is taking his time. He's maximizing the amount of blocks he can do, trying to get those injury rolls. And of course that Black Orc Minty there is really looking to hurt a few players there. And so is Munch. Let me see hitting there. Actually, there's quite a few of these Orc players that are very close to skilling up. So this is an optimal game for London here. And we see Whipper Ward scoring the touchdown, and he's quite happy about it. And the knocked out player is not coming back for the Blitzkriegers here. Let's see what Stuntman Didi does here. If he's going to bring some of the loners into the pitch again, or if he's going to play more with his star players here. Of course, we have Lido on the pitch here at the moment. A very, very dangerous player that now has picked up MMLPro as well. With so many players on the bench, even if the Blitzkriegers lose quite a few players, they can lose 3 more before they begin to hurt in numbers. It might be that Stuntman Didi here wants to avoid that to avoid losing the numbers and get down to like 8 players and have to only field his star players. So we might see him actually use some of them here. Yep, we're seeing him bring in the loners instead, protecting the door. And there goes Gasmon's gypsy cousin as well. assassin with jump up, which is of course a very nice skill because the assassins always get bashed down and you stand up there and do another stab. So people are going to think twice about even putting any guys on him or even blocking him. And the Blitzkrieg is setting up heavy on the front line here. And getting a high kick. It's nothing exceptional. And first block is a success. And Luis maybe, goes down on the ground.
The first transgender orc of the MML.
Ah, so it's Luis.
Yes, indeed.
A brave orc indeed. The orcs are not known to be very supporting of different lifestyles. It might be that the Green Titans have a different opinion about that, or it might be that they haven't actually noticed so far. Anyway, this commentator here applauds the Green Titans for taking the fight to the man. These are some fighting elves at the moment, pushing those orcs back, and they have managed to. Oh, there's Timbo behind there. Oh, we're seeing a foul here as well. Yeah, Stuntman is saying, just because I don't have my full team here doesn't mean that they're gonna play nice. I am here to hurt some orcs. Let's see what they're gonna do now. Of course, that kick landed the ball quite distant there, and I can't believe that they're gonna pass the ball up at this moment. It's gonna come the next turn, if she gets some players free. The difference here from Stuntman's usual games is that he usually has a lot of high agility players able to receive the ball up pitch. That's not the case in this game, and it's going to change how this team plays. At the moment, I can only think that Stuntman is hoping to get lucky here to not have his players knocked down and maybe being able to dodge away. But first, let's see what it works does. We're probably going to see quite a few hits from these Mighty Blow players here. It's the first one going down, but there's no armor break. But there's a pylon. And in this situation, the pylon is quite safe. Might be looking to foul, of course, but one would guess that at least few of these players are going to go down here. And there's that black orc, making it more difficult to go off the sideline, especially with loners with no dodging skill. It's protecting the player that pile on at the moment. And we're seeing the Which Better Have My Cash being marked up here. But of course, these are elves. You should never count them out. They can find ways to do some stupid things. I mean, with the transfer market opening up soon, after in a couple of weeks probably here. Stampede is probably looking to maximize his cash here, so he's going to be looking to win the game if he can, even if it's an uphill battle. So far this turn, the Orcs have no luck with the blocks here. They're getting the guys down to some extent, but they're not really hurting them. And we did come here to see some blood. And that's a stun. No one is actually advancing up the pitch here at the moment. Might see Gorebag maybe move up. Is Gorebag gonna move up there? Of course he's gonna be quite alone up there. Might be a decision that London is a bit hesitant to make. Yeah, and instead Gorebag moves back into a defending position. I'm guessing that London hoped to get some more of these elves down on this turn to be able to move up Gorebag. That's why he was the last one to move there. And that's why he was placed in that position. But the knockdown not going his way, he decides to wait for another turn here. And these elves are quite brave. I mean, they're following up every turn here, giving London more and more hits on them. This could be a game where we might see an interception from a troll or a black orc or something. It's going to be quite difficult for Stuntman Didi here to actually create any passing routes that are not blocked by an orc. And yeah, putting two orcs on a witch elf or any elf for that matter is not really a recipe for absolute success. They have ways of getting out of there. And there's the failed dodge roll, and that's a KO. So at the moment it's looking like one of the star players is going to have to move to the pitch if these players don't come back. Let's see what happens. The orcs have another round to try to hurt these guys as much as possible. And Gorebag is not moving up the pitch. Instead he's moving to help out this body there to make it harder for Hubris Rocket to move away. And that's a top skull. And the last reroll is being used by the Green Tide Titans. That is used to a very good effect there. That is a death to a niggled witch elf, and we're not going to see any apple used on that one. And that kill goes to Rob Shank, and that is a dangerous orc. Seeing a bit of move up the pitch here, with only one threat down the pitch. Yes, Coach London is thinking, yeah, I have 3 guys there, I can take care of 1 guy. He's not getting these loners down. They're quite sturdy. There we have it down. Let's see what happens. And there is no armor break. And of course that Timbo there, he moved up to be able to help the troll out a bit here, because the troll is quite stupid. That's Morlan off the pitch, and at the moment it's looking like the Blitzkriegers, if they don't get their players back, are going to have to bring in their star players, and they're even going to be 1 player down, I believe. Mm. Yeah, they're still losing the elves here. I mean, they're going down to the ground. There's basically no one standing up. The Orcs now going to have to make a decision. And I do believe you're going to see them moving up the pitch here. Ripper is, yeah, that's another injury. And the Blitzkriegers, they try to bring in all these loners here to be able to stop their star players from entering the pitch, to stop them from being hurt. But at the moment, it's they're really down in numbers. They just have to hope for those knocked out players to come back. Still many turns to play. That's another KO. We have 4 players KO'd, 1 dead and 1 injured at the moment, and 3 are sitting on the bench. I'm surprised we don't see anyone moving up here. There we go. Only 2 turns left. I guess it's going to be a bit hard to... That's a fail going for it. But no injury. I'm going to see a passing attempt here probably. Get that 1 SPP. And brings him up to 4. Still 2 left. And that's a fail dodge. We're seeing a reroll being used, but the loner doesn't predict it. And the Orcs don't really have anyone that can score. Which is interesting. I thought that Thunder might have put an Orc in scoring position around turn 7, turn 6. To threaten the ball carrier to make him move up. And to have a passing target at least up there. He's been very focused on injuring these Dark Elves, and this is this is a slaughter for sure. That's a pylon after the stun there, and that's an injury. So 4 knocked out players, 2 injuries, and 1 death. And I must say that I don't think that this was the result that Stampandito was hoping for when he brought in all these loners. I thought he hoped they would stick around for a longer time. Hasn't been the case. And that's a failed pass. For those watching, if you're not used to MML, this is not usually how the games look in the pros. This is just one of those games late in the season that just one team is down in numbers and they're doing their best to survive until next season. Valiant effort. And we're seeing a foul. But no result. And that's the first half. And let's see what we have here. 2 of the knocked out players comes back. Let's count the numbers here. That leaves the Blitzkriegers with 10 players on the pitch. What will the Blitzkriegers do here? Because now it becomes a game of minimizing your losses here. With so many guys injured, you can start to target those star players instead. I would think that Stan Banditi here is going to try to score as fast as possible to get some more knocked out players back. Let's see what happens. If this was a normal game, I would expect Stan Banditi to just go for a score as fast as possible. As a showman he is, he would probably not be happy if he didn't try to do an amazing goal. And just to put some more salt in the wounds here, that's a blitz for the Green Tide Titans. And of course that puts some of the more valuable players here in range for a blitz. And let's see if Coach Stundon is going to be a gentleman or if he's going to go after one of those star players. After this game, or during the game, if the coaches would care to comment, it would be interesting to see if Stundon knew what kind of game he was walking into with so many loners, or if this was a surprise to him. And that's Gasmon's gypsy cousin is dead. And yeah, we're not seeing an app on that. That is 2 deaths for this game now, and it is quite bloody. 2 deaths, 2 injuries, and 2 knocked out players. And those assassins, they have a way of dying early. They never stick around to actually become those star players, but when they do, and if they roll those elusive doubles, they can be quite dangerous with that multi-block skill. So this could be down to 9 players. Blitz really worked against them there, killing their assassin, and that's a touchback, which is gonna be, of course, better. Otherwise, it would be in a dangerous situation there. And Little has the ball. What are the Blitzkriegers gonna do here? They are choosing to dodge away on their loners before the Witch Elf. Quite an interesting decision. But of course they needed that extra player to assist there in that takedown, because that is a very Rob Shank is a very strong work for a blitzer. And they was moving back. He's a very good runner. And that's a failed dodge. So we're gonna see a reroll being used there. And a foul. And that is a KO. That brings them down to 10 players on the pitch. But they have 1 reserve, so even if he doesn't come back, it's in quite a good position here, of course. Nothing to fear for the works at the moment. And that's not a failed dodge. So what Stan Bandit is saying here, like, yeah, I'm only gonna do one thing, and that if I get one of your players on the ground, I'm gonna foul him. Might make Tandon think a bit more about what he's doing, but I'm guessing he's just gonna move in his guys here in contact, as many as he can. Have quite a few guard pieces there. It's gonna make it very, very hard for them to get away. Also have tackle, of course. Doesn't really do very much in this game. Who's gonna get the blitz? And this time we're seeing the Orcs moving up to threaten the ball carrier here earlier in the round, because of course there's a chance here of the Blitzkrieg scoring, making this a 1-1 game. And that's a stun, and it makes it very, very hard for the Blitzkrieg to make any attempt at scoring in the next 2 turns here. And Big Mo, he just doesn't want to play. He's way too stupid to understand what's happening here. It's a very confusing game from Big Mo, and he just doesn't understand. He is told to block there, and yeah, he just shakes his head, scratches his head, and says, "Nope, no idea what you want." We see an assist here for the thrower to throw a 2-die at that loner, and that's a push, and puts him still in the tackle zone of 1 player. So number 1 priority here, it's going to be interesting to see what's happening. I would guess protecting Little here down with the ball is going to be the number 1 priority, and it's very hard to get away from here, so I guess it's going to be trying to minimize that block when it comes to a 1-die. That's a push after a skull. We're seeing an interesting way here to try to screen off the Orcs from getting to the ball carrier. There are some dodgy Orcs here in this game though. They're not noteworthy as, of course, a man should not be mentioned. Gorbag Marlar. He's not dodgy enough to get in there though. If he doesn't get some players down. And Big Mo, he's ready to play again. He's moving up there, making contact with the ball carrier. And head down. And one might think here that we're gonna see a more dangerous piece trying to make contact with the ball carrier, using the blitz to get in there. And that's a successful dump off. But of course this piece have tackle. Ripper is a tackler. And he's gonna move in there and he's gonna try to hurt Little, but he survives. But he's stunned. He's holding steady, having the ball securely in his hands. And now some of these orcs are probably gonna have to play defense a bit. But they're not having that. They want to surf that loner probably. And he goes into the crowd, but there's no serious injury. He just joins the reserves. I guess the public here is just saying, yeah, these guys are having a rough time as it is. We are not going to injure these players. We respect a bit Blitzkriegers too much to do that, even if it's a guy from the street playing there, one of the loners. Oh, and that is a heavy failure there. And that's only 3 Blitzkriegers standing up at the moment. Big Mo, he fails to actually hurt that player, but he uses his grab skill there to put him in a position where he can be hit by the thrower Timbo. And that's another injury, and this is a great game for Green Tide Titans. Let's see here who's gonna be picking up the ball. At this point, I guess London is looking for putting some SPPs on an important player here. He's going into the playoffs, of course, so getting 1 or 2 extra skills on a player could be very, very useful. You might even see a pass to a Black Orc or something here. Or is, yeah. And they have picked up the ball. What is left is for Timbo to hit that player, and so he does. And he gave Little here a way to dodge out from all those orcs by moving Gorkbear away there. Are we going to see an attempt from the Blitzkriegers to take this ball away here? I don't see anything happen. Hughes are basically saying we are going to stay here on the ground. You can foul us maybe. That's what we're hoping you won't. Coach Thunden isn't really doing anything here. And he runs to make the touchdown. And I'm guessing we are seeing a win here for Thunden. Shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. That is 3 injured, 2 dead, and 2 knocked out, and one of the knocked out players are coming back. And the knocked out player in Rob Shank, I do believe it was. Let's see here. Rob Shank, he's staying there. Still quite a headache. Words is still spinning. I believe the actor was there looking him over and saying, yeah, stay there. We don't really need you for this game. Have a rest. Come back when you feel ready. And this is another opportunity for the Blitzkriegers to try to do something. And another high kick. And Little, he fails to catch the ball. One backward down. And that's a dodging backward. It's not something you see every time, but fun does. It's all about the fun. I do believe strong players in Red Bull dodging is always fun. And we see another foul. And that's not a KO. So 2 successful fouls now in terms of KOing players. And that brings the numbers down to 10 for the Green Tide Titans on the pitch. Against 8, I believe, for the Blitzkriegers. And they have moved up one of their blodgers up the pitch. And that is, of course, a passing option. Successful dodge to the on the side there, moving another player up. And we're seeing a one-die blitz there, and he goes down. Meat, he's not having it. He's a very fresh player here, and this team of very experienced orc gentlemen and gentlewoman or transgender orc. It's not an armor break. And the orcs are moving into position again, and we're seeing the same thing as we have seen most of this game. I've seen this witch elves. They're trying to at least do something to punch through, maybe get some guys down, maybe get some off the pitch in order to free up a passing option. And then we're seeing the orcs make contact. And Big Mo, he's not stupid anymore though. He moves to take out that loner there. At the same time, Gorkber is moving up the pitch to threaten Little again. Are we going to see a pass maybe to the loner upfield and an attempt to run in for a touchdown? Oh, what a failed dodge stops there. But the vehicle is used successfully with the loner. And that's not a failed dodge, and Blitzkrieg is having a very, very tough day here on the pitch. And that leaves a little open for a blitz. Thankful for him, Gorkberg doesn't have tackle, and Little is of course a blodger, which is going to make it a bit harder for him to bring him down. We are not seeing that as the first attack here. We're seeing Titans taking care of that loner up there. He's not leaving him on the feet if something would happen. Witchell goes down and is injured and loses 1 point of strength. And we see that will come into play here and loses 1 movement allowance instead. Another hit, another stun. Are we going to see the bits now? We are not seeing the bits. Yeah, we are. Just my screen that didn't get the blitz animation. And that is a POW, but no damage. Titans have 1 reroll. Are they gonna try to move up there and at least mark the ball? And marking the ball against Lidl isn't really that useful. If they're gonna move up there, they're gonna have to try to pick the ball up. And we're not seeing him doing any going for it. Instead, we're seeing Big Mo here that hasn't been lucky with his blocking. He's deciding to grab that lineman instead and put him in position off a mighty blow Blackwork. And Timbo is moving up the field instead. And as a thrower, he has sure hands, which makes it a bit easier, of course, for him to pick up the ball. We have 1 more block to see here in this turn. And it is a successful one, but no armor break. That leaves the Blitzkriegers with 8 players on the pitch at the moment. And only 2 of them are standing up now. Seeing a 1 die, seeing the push there, getting him marked up there, saying we don't want that player blitzing our star player, and a failed pickup attempt. Yeah, and that's another reroll being used, and as a double 1, and they are in a rough spot. They can't dodge, they can't pick up the ball at the moment. And that stopped him from standing up his other guys there. Which means that there are no targets to hit. There's only 1 target standing that have contact together with the loner down here with Gorkber. So we are probably going to see some of the Titan players moving up the pitch here. They do have a chance here to do some damage to one of the last real Blitzkrieger players on the pitch. What are they going to do? He chooses to do a 1 die blitz, and that was not the result they were looking for, and it didn't work out. Now they have the option, of course, to try to pick the ball up with shorthand player, and of course that's gonna include some luck there. Well, they are just putting a tackle on that one. And these players are, of course, a bit too slow to actually move up the field in any useful manner, these black orcs. But we're seeing the lineman meat, a fresh one there. Could be named Fresh Meat. He's moving up. And we're seeing Gorebag moving in. And Gorebag is actually in scoring range together with quite a few other players here. At least 4 orcs are in scoring range at the moment. See Little going there, picking up the ball. Is he gonna try to run up the pitch and do a pass to? No, we're not gonna see that. That's turn 16. That player's already moved. There is no scoring opportunity for the Blitzkriegers. They might try to get that ball up as far as possible. And here comes the chance to actually intercept, and there is no interception. And the pass is a successful one. And that's another failed dodge, another stun. So the orcs have quite a difficult mission for them here now. They have no more rerolls. They have to, if they want to score, they have to get the ball away. They have to pick up the ball, do a handoff, and probably a pass, and then run the ball in. They might not even try that. They might try to go for quite a few dice here. And let's not forget that these players, these teams are used to facing each other. So it might be that Coach Thunder is looking to take out one of these threats for next season. And that is what we're seeing. I'm seeing a 3-die here. And that was the result I was looking for. And Little is safe to play another match. And the only thing that remains is a 2-die block on another loner. And that, folks, that's the game. A very, very different game in the MML, and one of these games you're probably only going to see at the end of a season. I might see a game like this in the mid-season if one team has horrible... Oh, we're seeing a foul here. On a loner. Just... tapping a bit. I love tap.
Hello, Nordy.
Hello, hello.
What are we doing?
Quite strange to announce alone, but it was fun.
Yeah, no, thanks for announcing. It was a bit of a weird game.
Are you there, guys?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's just a very strange game at the end of the day, wasn't it?
Yeah. Did you expect that kind of game when you went in?
I didn't know if he was going to... I mean, he said he was going to look for loners, but I figured he'd just get a wizard and an extra Apo and try and take it to me. But, I mean, he still did. I mean, the thing is with Didi, he's always dangerous, even if he's rolling around with loners, which is why you see I didn't push up the pitch too much in the first half, because it goes 1-1 in the first half, and it's it's a different game.
Yeah,
so...
Sure.
Yeah, I mean that's effectively the decision making behind it. I was happy with a 2-0 comfortable victory. Would have been nice to get a third to put polish on it, but yeah, I was more surprised at the fouling that went on. But you know, each to their own. So yeah, it's fine. I think,
These are teams that's going to be facing each other in the future. So, I mean, if you have a chance to take out one of these players, I mean,
yeah.
it's probably something you can take in a game like this where you can't really expect to win.
Oh, I totally agree. You know, we're in the same DVC conference, so yeah, it's it behooves DD to have a little bit more opportunities to bash. And to be honest, he manufactured some great fouling opportunities. Took Rob Shank out, and I thought Rob Shank
Yep.
was on the verge of going to get a record for most deaths in a game, but took that one away from me, DD. So yeah, it was a hard blocky game. Yeah, that was it
How
really.
many SPPs did you pick up? I actually didn't look.
Not as many as the game against Shots. So it was 23.
23. Yeah, that's quite good.
Yeah, so not too bad, not too bad. Obviously, the couple of deaths are annoying for DD, and I think there was a stat decrease as well. So I
Yeah, it was an
apologise
movement
about
on the
them.
witch help.
Yeah, apologise about them. I'd have rather they just kind of like. Actually, no,
You
I don't
actually
know who
tried
I'm
to you
sorry about.
actually tried to hurt Little in the end there. So I don't think you should be saying that you didn't want to try to hurt these guys.
To be honest, I was. I mean, if you see at the end of the when he didn't stand anybody up, I was like, well, I could foul. I could just draw this out and just. I'll sod it. No, it's DD. He's a good guy. So I went and scored, and then very next turn, there's another foul on one of my players, which sent it. Well, fortunately, onto the KO bin. But then that's when I thought, right, if I get a chance to get Liddell, he's going down. And then a 3 dice block
Yeah.
couldn't bloody do it. So yeah,
Yeah, that's usually the case. I mean, when you're trying to take out one of those star players, you get even 3 dice, you're just like, yep, no result.
exactly.
Because
But
I mean, a good coach is going to protect this guy, so you're only going to get 1 or 2 chances in a game.
yeah, so generally pretty happy. I wish DD all the best for restructuring for next season. And we look forward to trying to win a game in the playoffs, which we haven't managed in 3 attempts so far. So this will be the 4th attempt
Yeah.
at the playoffs and never won a game.
So how do you look at the playoffs here? I mean, you have Stuntman here, did you? Are you here?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, yes. Let's hear your words about the game before we begin to speak about the playoffs here.
It's been the whole season is summed up in this game. I mean, I had 4 or 5 journeymen, and 7 ones were on my regular players. Not even not even a loner has been injured. So well, I'm not even sure I'll take back the Blitzkriegers actually, because they're kind of wrecked now, and then I got a farm team that is quite promising. And I was expecting a loss, but I'm really disappointed of all those deaths. So that's why I started following. I was like, I won't be the only one to suffer.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. I mean, it's just you tried your best to protect your player. I mean, if you listen to when I was speaking, the mission was clear. I mean, to save as many of your star players as possible for next season. And yeah, those loners just kept going off the pitch. You have to bring in those star players, and then of course those star players get down in numbers. You're down in numbers to 8 players, and then it just gets hard. I mean, you just begin to lose those star players too.
Yeah, it's been tough. So I need to know the Farm to Pro TV cap to decide if the Blitzkriegers go further or not.
Yeah, I
Just
can
to let
see
you
that.
know on that,
I can
DD,
see
it's
that.
looking at around 1400, I think, for the Farm to Pro cap.
Okay.
So same as the last season.
15?
14?
Ah, damn. 15 would be better.
Yeah, that's it's hard to come in at the farm to pro cap, and I mean, the MML league is constructed as a league where you should be playing basically one team for seasons and seasons. That's how you get the biggest benefits, and the Titans are one of those teams that's been around for a long time. So I mean, it's very hard to come in with a fresh team, and of course there's reasons for that, because we like to see those franchises built, those dynasties built, and if the cap would be the same for Farm to Pro and Pro Cap, we would only see probably new teams. So it's
Maybe. Well played anyway. I forgot. Well played.
Yeah, likewise, DD. Sorry about the injuries, man.
No worries. That's Blood Bowl.
I'd just like to put, just like
Double.
to point out that Gorbag didn't score a single SPP. So who is Gorbag? Irrelevant.
So back to you, Thundern. You're going into the playoffs next week, I believe.
Yep.
And how are you looking at this? I mean, do you think that you have a better chance this season than you had in the other season?
No. I think I'm going to probably lose in my first playoff game, as is normally the way, and then that will be another humbling season as we get knocked out 3-0 to some dirty elves in the first playoff game. Ideally, who I'd like to face in the playoffs, I'd like to face a Norse team or another Bash team. Invariably, I get paired up with agility teams, and I just don't have the facilities to tackle them well, certainly in the last couple of cases. I've now got 3 tackle players in the team, which does make a little bit of a difference. So who knows? I've got a generally bad feeling about it, but you know me, Fnordy.
Yeah, you have a bad feeling about most of your games. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Me playing Undead, I mean, it's very hard to stop those high agility teams. They are so fast, they can score with every player. And it's quite hard. I mean, if those blocking dice don't go your way and you can't reduce the numbers, it is very hard to come back and get a win.
Yeah, definitely. It's really tough. Playoffs are. We say there's no easy games in the MML, right? The playoffs are even harder.
Yeah.
You've got
Yeah,
some seriously
exactly.
good coaches up there. You've got some seriously good teams. Like I said, I don't consider myself to be one of the best coaches in the league, but I've never won a game in the playoffs. It's brutal. Any single mistake, and you can pretty much write off the game.
But one can say that you're going into the playoffs with the best best possible way. Yeah, you're coming away from this game injury free. You have all your players. You probably have some cash in the bank so that you can spend
I got a
if you
3 on
need to.
cash and re-rolled to 1.
Okay, so not that much cash then.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're still injury free. That's always a good thing. You even have a bench. So you could be looking at quite a good game. I mean, not every pro team has been as lucky, and probably not every team is going to be as lucky in the last game here in the season.
Well, we can but hope,
In the
Fnordy.
league.
We can but hope.
Well, I'm going to drop off now because I have some things to take care of. It was very good to announce this game. It's a very strange experience announcing alone in a strange game like this.
I thought you did
Happy to do it
fantastically
again.
well on your own, man. I think you did fantastically well on your own. So thank you very much for commentating.
Take care, man, and have a good day.
All right, cheers, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Have a
See
good
you.
day.
Cheers,
Simon.
Dee Dee. All the best. All right, cutting off the pod
See
now.
you.
That was the MML Pro. Join us for playoff week next week.